Welcome to the show, it's time to dive in, where stories unfold and journeys begin. Les is here to guide you through. In this world there's always something new. Feel the beat, the rhythm in the air. Laugh and learn, we got a vibe to share. Tune in, turn up, don't miss out. Les is made, that's what it's all about. Let's get started, light and bright. Les is made, it's your spotlight. Here we go, don't be late. Join the fun and celebrate.
Have you ever been watching a movie or a TV show and somehow, some way, just something happened for no reason, or it's just kind of like lazy writing and it leaves you scratching your head and being like, how does this even make sense? Well, I have a good conversation for you with that. Hi, I'm Les of the Less Is Made podcast, and me and Kevo the Turtle a couple weeks ago were just hanging out and we were talking about things, and then we got on this topic of tropes that are used in comic books, all forms of media that just come out lazy or just uninspiring and sometimes just make no sense and acts like we're not going to pick up on it. So we decided we're going to record our conversation and turn it into a podcast. And I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation as much as I enjoy having it with my best friend, just hanging out on a random weekend night, shooting the shit, doing what we do. Alright, so we're going to have this conversation because something we were talking about. This is Les and Kevo the Turtle returning with you for another hopefully inspirational conversation, but we were just talking about tropes and all sorts of media. And what started it, what?
Oh my god.
Yeah, what started me on this is in comic books and stuff where people have secret identities. I hate the trope of somebody just knew that they were the superhero. They knew their secret identity the whole time. I just feel like it's such a fucking cop-out when it comes to things. It really is to me. It's bad writing.
Well, oh my god. I don't know fully what to say on this one, because I mean the only one I can think of off the top of my head right now is the fact that Aunt May actually kind of figured out Peter was Spider-Man for a long time ago, and she just didn't say shit.
Okay, if you're talking about in the comic books, she found out who, and that's what I'm talking about, is Spider-Man, because
she knew all along because of his fucking behavior. Because if you raise somebody, you're gonna know them, even if they try to hide shit. Yes, I know what you did in the bedroom. What? I mean, that's my point. It's like
I'm gonna beg to differ here, because in the comics, she knew that Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, was taking pictures of Spider-Man. That was his whole thing. She didn't realize that the two of them were one until...
Depends on the writer.
Yeah.
We talked about that earlier, about there's different storylines that point out, like, hey, technically she knew from the beginning. On some of them, she didn't. The tropes with that shit is... The list is probably longer than... the rivers of...
It's long. Yeah. No, and my whole thing, what really got me onto it was Captain Stacy, Gwen Stacy's father. When he died in the comics, he goes, "Oh, I know you're Spider-Man," or whatever. And it's just like, there was never any indication that, you know, he knew, by the way. It's just a cop-out, just like, oh, he just knows.
Well,
like, come on, explain it.
What you're talking about is basically like, a lot of times it's because they were a parent figure, and they already knew because they know their child.
Okay, but the Captain Stacy was not really a parent figure to Peter Parker. He was just dating his daughter. So, like, you know, if they're like, well, you know what, he's a police detective, he's smart, he kind of like figure out mannerisms, because like it kind of happened with Batman when Bane knew him, but Bane, they actually explained that he's like, well, he kind of looked at the facial features, this and that, and just kind of did deductive reasoning. That would make sense to me.
Detective Gordon knew Bruce Wayne was Batman for like a good portion of the whole. Different, even with the other writers, he kind of already knew, but he didn't say it. He's like, I'm going to respect your anonymity at the same time because you are doing something we are not able to do as police officers.
Yeah, there's indications that he knows, that he doesn't know, but I think he...
Even when he became Batman in one of the comic books.
I think in the actual main continuity, he kind of knows or he suspects. He's just not he doesn't care. Not willing to find out.
He's not willing to go that far. Just
Yeah,
because he
yeah.
knows he's doing a good thing instead of...
What other tropes in media that you just can't, that you just like, why? Why are they like that?
The tropes part is not what drives me nuts. It's the continuity errors.
Speaking, like, elaborate on that a little bit. Like, what are we talking about?
Like, even the comic books acknowledge Hela is actually Loki's daughter.
On the comics, yes. Yes.
And a lot of the animated series before the Marvel Universe came out.
They do that, yes.
And then they also, like, the new Silver Surfer, for fuck's sakes.
There was a female Silver Surfer.
Yes, but it was also...
It wasn't Norrin Rad, Silver
who's
Surfer.
the main Silver Surfer that they first meet.
Mm-hmm, yep.
So, that drives me nuts. I haven't seen this movie yet. So I'm not going to say too much bad shit about it when I don't fucking know.
So you're saying it's like the continuity is like trying to use extreme versions of characters and just stick with the main ones.
Or they try to woke version of it. I hate to say it that way. I really do. Because shit, I got enough gay family members that I love to death.
Okay, now we're kind of going in. I get that. We'll touch on it a little bit. The MCU,
and I gotta admit,
they play fast and loose with the characters.
On top of the DCU was doing some similar shit, but except Captain Cold was actually gay in the comics.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So that was awesome when they got a gay actor to play him, and then have him show up later in the season after his main universe version of him died. With a boyfriend.
Going into that,
it's good. It's correct.
But going into that, Captain Cold is gay. Why did it matter if the actor's gay or not? If he just comes and plays a great Captain Cold.
You know what I mean? That actor's fucking amazing.
That's what I'm saying. Like that.
I have no problem with that. That's not my issue.
Okay.
But making a character that's canonically 100% straight, not, or the complete opposite gender?
Gotcha.
That's where I'm getting an issue. And like when it goes to Captain Marvel, the guy that was with her a lot of times, the original Captain Marvel.
Oh, you mean Marvel?
Marvel.
Yeah, what about him?
He's supposed to be male, but in the movie they turned him into a woman.
That's true.
It's like, yes, I get it. It's supposed to be like an alternate universe, but you're trying to say that's the main universe?
Yeah.
When the comic book says otherwise, I'm sorry. If you're going to go based off of the comic books, go based off of the fucking comic books.
I get you. And I'm not going
to... If you're trying to create a whole new universe, say it's a whole new universe. Don't pretend like it's the main universe.
I got you. And we can go down and all that, but another trope that I'm glad they kind of started getting away with, stopped doing, was in like family sitcoms or whatever, they just have characters just disappear. No explanation. They're just gone in between seasons. They did it on Family Matters, they did it on Step by Step, and the biggest one was Happy Days.
Oh, yeah.
When suddenly the older brother is just gone. And
they pretend like he never existed.
Yeah, it's just like, so... Maybe explain that, like, oh, the cable off the board is give some kind of, like...
Give them some sort of send-off.
Yeah.
Even if they're not going to be there, make it seem like they're giving a call or a fucking letter or...
Yeah, something. Give an explanation, not just be like, oh, they're gone, and they never existed anymore. That's just like in Family Matters, which is another one that was really big. Is I think it was like after season 4, they had the middle daughter just gone, and then also the sister, the aunt that lived with them, she was not gone, but she was like out or whatever, which didn't make any sense, because then it's like, well, then why is her son still living at the house and not with her?
Well, I get it on some degree with a lot of shows like that. It's because either the actor or actress had either a family emergency, or they had a contract issue, where they're just like, you know what? This character was originally written for this entire season, but they're being a piece of work, or they're not playing ball with what we need them to do. So we have to separate them.
Yeah, but then explain that in the show or whatever.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that. They need to be like, look, okay, so we got to write off this character. Let's write them off, not write them completely off like they're fucking never existed.
And so, one show that kind of, what you're saying, that did it right with Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, yeah.
They had a character, Hodor.
Mm-hmm.
There was a season where he was still alive and everything in the series, but he went around the world and did the Rave of Thrones tour. And he even told them that. So he wasn't there for the one season where they filmed. They just kind of worked around it. They knew that he was still around. They just kind of like worked around him. And then, you know, when he came back from his tour or whatever, he went right back to it and his character's still around. They didn't have to explain anything or nothing, but they just didn't focus on those characters, if that makes sense. They kind of...
Yeah.
They used the character to do other things, and his story didn't progress, but it also wasn't end, you know? So, I mean, just explain that kind of stuff with her. Not just, they just disappear and you never see them again.
No. What was,
Or,
like... well, not Family Matters. Who was it? It was, not All in the Family. Oh my God, we can talk hours about that crazy ass shit. With the Bundys,
the Brady Bunch? Or no, Married with Children.
Married with Children.
Okay, what about that?
Like the sister. They should have. I think they kind of did it, and I. You can correct me if I'm wrong. When they changed the actresses of the sister.
Oh.
They kind of explained it.
Yeah?
Like she went through some sort of hardship and she came back as this different person who...
I think it was Christina Applegate or whatever, right? Came back from the original... I don't know. It's been a while since... Yeah.
It was somebody before Christina Applegate.
Yeah.
And then...
It's sort of like there is... It was a witch show that... Actually, what's it? Bella Ramsey did for like years after Game of Thrones. She did this as like the Witch Academy or whatever. But she did it for the first couple of seasons. But then she was like, she had to step away for it or whatever. And they had a new girl play her character. But they're a witch. They put a spell on her, and then that's how she got to look. Explain it away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, do something creative like that.
Or like what the fuck is that show? I can see the show in my head. That's what's driving me nuts. There's that 70s show.
Oh,
when Eric, the actor who played Eric, who's like,
yeah, he didn't do the last season.
I want to do movies instead.
Yeah, and he walked away and didn't want to do the last season.
And so they explained it away. They
did.
Yeah, he went to he ran away to Africa to do some charity work.
There you go. Or in the original, it was Saved by the Bell, the new class. I mean,
have not seen that one.
With the show, it is a mess there. But they had characters coming and going. But at least they explained them away.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, they went to this school, for a boarding school, or they had some kind of closure for that character and explained them away, and then they can move on with the show. Or with the Three's Company, when they had the blonde, I think it was Goldie Hawn originally leave, but they still called her at least every episode when she But
They still got her to do
yeah,
some voice
she was
acting.
yeah, she was in the show still, or
I think part of that was because she got pregnant at that time. And she
who remembers?
yeah.
But it's just
I mean, like, when the actress, what's her, Bernadette from Big Bang Theory.
okay.
When she actually got pregnant, they added it into the show. The
Oh,
same
that's-
with Friends, with the actress who was Phoebe, who was actually pregnant and had kids,
Oh yeah, they
She was
write it into the
pretending-
show. Okay.
turned her into a surrogate of her brother and.
Yeah,
his wife.
that makes sense. Like they add it into the show and make it worth their while or whatever. Like explain it away, not just they're gone and you never know what happened to them.
Or they mysteriously became pregnant, or mysteriously became something.
Yeah. I
Some-
mean,
Uh,
stuff like that. And another, sorry.
when they add stuff like that, it's like that's avoids the trope of just like she just always was. Or,
Yeah, it just is. It's just how it was, or whatever. Another trope that I feel like it's a little overplayed, especially in animes, is that, I mean, it's funny, but it's just the guys they're all stupid when it comes to women. I mean, maybe in real life we all are gonna.
We all are kind of to a degree. Just some are better able to play it off, and the ones that don't seem to think they're the guys that think they're the shit, they seem to get all the women.
Yeah,
It's like, dude, the only reason you're getting another woman every other night is because that first woman realized you sucked. You weren't worth the fucking time.
Yeah, it's just like you have this big badass character, man, he beats up like 100 dudes, then a woman starts crying, he's like, oh, what the fuck do I do? I mean, it is funny if they do it comically, but
Yeah,
come
they
on,
don't do
it's a
it
little played out.
Yeah, it's overdone.
That's what I mean. I don't hate it. It's just a little played out. Let's get a little something.
Honestly, I would love to see the reverse of that, where you get this big masculine man and this woman's like, you're an asshole.
Yeah, try switch it up a little bit. I know it's a classic, whatever,
A
but
classic trope right there.
yeah, and
That'd be actually pretty cool to see that as a reverse.
yeah, it
Reverse
would.
some of these funny tropes like that,
Yeah, or I mean, even they're bringing back the laugh track in some series, which I mean,
Well, I mean, you know what that was originally for is because a lot of people didn't realize it was a joke. They thought it was going to be a serious thing, and then they got applause. You remember those old fucking signs?
yeah,
You both-
applaud. When someone says
you and I
something
both studied
clever,
film.
yeah.
You and I both studied film.
Yeah.
You actually went to school for it. Me, I did it as a goddamn hobby.
Yeah, you need to get a life.
I know I'm a nerd. Fuck off.
No, and it just tropes like that. Or like when you have like, I'm glad they got rid of this trope, but it's always the damsel in distress kind of thing. I mean,
Oh my god.
I still think it's something that needs.
Well,
to be,
there was I can't tell you the name of the movie, and I know if I describe it, I'm probably going to describe it poorly. So the guy was the damsel in distress instead of her, and she rescued him, and I can't think of the damn movie. And it was not just one movie; it was a couple movies that did that shit, and it was.
And like I said, I'm glad that they kind of walked away from it, but sometimes it can work, like you're saving the princess that's being held captive, like in an arranged marriage or whatever. Or,
Yeah, and that's why I give props to a lot of B movies, as a lot of people call it. Yeah, it's poor acting usually.
but you know what? I think that's part of.
There's some hidden treasures out there, like the movie Zombie Strippers. Which is more fucked up than it's the fact that
fucking stupid.
the fact
It's
that
fucking
my
stupid.
you know my mother, you know how she is, and that was one of her favorite fucking movies.
It was so dumb. Yeah.
And you know exactly that scene. And you just
so-
try to-
And now we're on it because you brought this up earlier. Is they've been? I'm hoping they step away from it, but just making female actresses or actors, female actors, actresses. Just and a lot of action series, they just become badasses out of nowhere or try to act tough.
Yeah.
And I hate to say this because I thought she did good in the first season, but in The Last of Us season 2, she's just all of a sudden like being a bitch and trying to be all tough with her, and it's just like, to me, she hasn't earned that. There's no explanation of how you became that, how we're supposed to take you serious.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Some kind of training or something. Like, I think it's also happened why I think the TV show Echo, which I love the Echo character in the MCU, but in the trope, it's just like they kind of fucked up her powers, and all of a sudden at the very last episode,
have you seen the live action version of Dove and Hawk?
No. Well, we'll cover that in a second. Let me finish my thought here. In the show, I think, with a bunch of other reasons, I think the actress that played Echo was amazing. I think the writing could have been better. I thought Kingpin was great. I love Echo. I wish she would be in a movie or whatever, because she thinks the good character there. But it just, all of a sudden, her grandma and her cousin, which is like her sister, were able to get powers from her, and then all of a sudden they know how to fight and be badasses. And it's just like,
oh yeah, no, they shortcut a lot of that shit.
yeah, it's just like,
I
where the fuck did that come?
It's like Batman Year One shit without removing that from the whole fucking continuity. Because Batman didn't originally start out as a fucking badass.
No,
He
I
grew
mean,
up
he
in
was
one-
a badass, but he
Oh
was...
no, he's one of my favorite fucking characters. But he even explains he said Tibetan monks trained him in certain techniques.
all sorts of stuff, all the
He
different
went to go
training
to-
he did, and
He went to other countries just to go, look, I had bad shit happen to me. I want to prevent that from ever happening to anybody else. So I'm going to go learn something to make myself better for that.
yeah, and then even in year one, when you read the comics and there's a movie, he was a little sloppy at first before he kind of got his niche and he got into a
Yeah.
rhythm or whatever. They showed that, and I
That's where I give more respect to trying to remove that instant power up
Yeah.
knowledge shit. I mean, even Power Rangers, which is basically, you and I both know it's actually them cutting out the Japanese version. And
the original ones, anyways.
no, they did that for all of them.
They still do that?
Yeah,
That's
even
cool.
the new Power Rangers are technically the Japanese actors in their costumes in the original Japanese, which is a whole different storyline from
Yeah, okay, I didn't
the
know
American
that.
version.
I thought the American... Anyway, that's cool to know. But getting back to what I was saying about, females that, or just characters that all of a sudden are badasses. You want to know who did it right? Walking Dead.
Well, that's a survival situation.
And I'm talking about Carol, that actress that plays Carol. Her character, such a huge jump. She went from just like the weak, mousy, housewife that took the beating to being this fucking badass survival bitch that fucking knows how to just take care of business. But it happened over a
not
period
to
of time, and you watched it happen.
Not to insult you, if something happened to you and it was an apocalypse situation, I have no doubt your wife would probably end up being one of the badasses that die of old age, not from a fucking zombie fight. Because she's going to probably send your dumbass to be like, fuck, I got bitten.
No,
just take me out.
I don't think I would ever get bitten. I'm too smart for that.
I'm not saying on purpose, but
No,
because you had to go fight 1,000 zombies.
It might be possible. But I mean, I thought they did her well, and she's still doing good, and she's popular because she learned. She built up, she did training. She overcame things. Not just all of a sudden, she's like, oh, I'm a badass. And you're like, whoa, how? You just... and it goes with guys too, It's
Yeah,
just,
no, I mean-
I'm not just focused on the women, but it's just like, show us how you...
Oh, what was it? There was an actual good example of a male character actually, who got his powers instantly, was a fucking badass. Didn't train, really learn anything, and I can't think of the damn movie. But basically, this character is like a complete loser, all right? And for about half the movie, he's an absolute loser. I mean, every definition of that fucking term.
Okay.
But then he gets like this magic gem, and suddenly he's the most badass motherfucker in the entire series. And it's like, just because you picked up a gym that gave you powers, which didn't tell you how to use them, just let you use them.
Yeah, that's another thing.
And
Like,
you now know how to do some martial arts on top of being
Yeah.
able to use magical abilities. I'm sorry.
yeah, that's another thing. Is like you all of a sudden like you get powers and then you know how to use
you're
them right
skipping
away.
over a lot of
The-
story that could have been told in that whole section there.
Yeah, that's another. I like that. It's like all of a sudden they get powers and then they just instantly know how to do all this. It's just like, explain this to me. I guess there's like a lot of tropes. It's just, I wish that that some of these tropes would go away. That they need to focus on. Like I said,
Or at least create a reverse version of it, just because
Yeah.
it'd be more comical if they actually did it as a comedy.
yeah, this.
I mean, like, that'd be hilarious to see, like, an actor like Terry Crews, who's like a big built motherfucker,
I
get
love
saved
Terry
by
Crews.
like a tiny girl who's like 4 foot fucking nothing and scrawny as a rail,
I love Terry
and she
Crews.
saves him in like some badass way, physically overpowering people that were overpowering this big ass motherfucker.
Yeah.
The sad part is I can see Terry Crews being like,
He'll be
I
for
will
it.
do that movie.
He would be for it. He would be for it. He's I love him in like almost everything he does. But yeah, I guess that it's just some tropes that wish we can disappear and or just be a little bit more creative with how you do things. Give some kind of backstory. Explain things, not just that they're no longer.
That's just what it is.
Yes, there you go. I hate that. That's just how it is or whatever, and it's just like that doesn't. Okay.
Yeah, instead of building up to it.
There you go. We
Like the stories go, and if I don't know how many of your followers are like heavy Christians or anything like that, like what the Bible would say is build your house on a rock, not on the sand or something like that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I don't want to go into the preacher boss for that. But,
But yeah, that's
and that's what a lot of tropes are missing, is the foundation. That's what really causes the tropes, because you want to skip over the explanation or the foundation of it to explain it.
there you go. That's what it is. It's not really more of tropes that we hate them. We want to go, but explain them. Get backstory. Make it make sense to us.
Instead of just skipping over.
Yeah, and it is what it is. That
I get
that's
there's
a cop
time
out.
restraints. and
Yeah,
all that stuff,
but that's the
and
big. It's a cop out.
It's a cop out.
That's all
exactly
it
what
is. So, come on, writers out there that do TV shows and movies, stop
Avoid
with
your
the
cop outs, man.
Yes, don't cop out and give us some good stuff. Thank you for listening to this episode. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm on all platforms. You can either look me up by my name, Leslie Madewell, or my photography company, Madewell Art Photography. I know I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, now known as X. If you want to buy my book, it is on Amazon. Just go to Amazon, check out the book section, type in my name, Leslie Madewell, and my book, Pathway to Vengeance, will pop up. And I will be leaving a link in the show notes in every episode. And if you want to leave me a review or comment on any of the platforms that you listen to podcasts, please do that. I will appreciate it. And I hope I see you on the next episode.